A very good evening to you and welcome to the Galaxy Arena, where it is the last and final day of the ITTF Men's and Women's World Cup right here in Macau. This is 2025 and the two finalists, world number ones in women's and men's in the final. Sun Ying-sha, the Queen Bee, takes on Kuai Man, and in just a little bit or soon after that, it's going to be the world number one in men's, Lin Chidong, who will go up against Hugo Calderano of Brazil. All that happening right here at the Galaxy Arena. And don't forget, we start off with the women's event. This, of course, is such a big one for us. I've loved every single bit of it, right down to the pink arena where the women's contest is going to be held. Let's quickly look at it. Sun Ying-sha getting the better of Chen Yijing before she got the better of Chen Xintong in the semi-finals to set up that meeting with Kuai Man. Kuai Man, of course, a great victory, comeback victory over Wang Manyu, the number 2 seed, and then, of course, a semi-final victory over Mima Ito of Japan. That was a very closely fought encounter. Again, Kuai Man coming from behind to win it. So this is the big contest. The world number one, Sun Ying-sha, the Queen Bee of table tennis, going up against the comeback princess, Kuai Man, who's just 21 years old. Very, very interesting games. Stay with us as we take you through it.
女士们、先生们，接下来要进行的比赛是女子单打决赛。全场的各位，女单决赛即将开始，我们一起从5倒数，5。
Well, there you have it, the final. Always love the lights at this stage.
The world number 7, representing China, Kuai Man.
World number 7 and the comeback story of this event. And I mean comeback by each and every game that she's played in, especially the crucial ones. She's gone a game or two down before coming back to win it.
Sun Ying-sha.
And the number one in China, the number one among young athletes who look up to her, best known to all of us as Shasha. Here's Sun Ying-sha, the world number one in table tennis in the women's arena. It's going to be a big one here and a very, very interesting battle because these two ladies have met on 3 occasions, and in each and every one of them, it is Sun Ying-sha who has come away as the winner. Very interesting to look at the most recent one, which was in 2025 at the Singapore Smash in the final. Now this is so important. This is a repeat pretty much of that. So Kuai Man made the final in the Singapore Smash. Sun Ying-sha won it 4-1. The only time that she dropped a game was, of course, she dropped the second game. Kuai Man, very impressive, defeating Wang Manyu in the quarterfinals. That's world number 2, and then defeating Mima Ito, who's world number top 10 player as well. And Sun Ying-sha, of course, going up against Chen Yijing in the quarterfinals of Chinese Taipei, defeating her before having that slight, pause in her run to a straight win against Chen Xintong from China. So big game here today.
Toss, please. Blue or red? Red for Kwaman and blue for Sun Yinsha. Blue, Sun, you in the toss. What do you choose? Side for Sun, Kwaman, receive or serve?
Akram Benatia of Tunisia is our main umpire. And we are done with the toss. So just as I said earlier, well, Kwaimon going down to Sun Yinsha 4-1. And that was, of course, in the Singapore Smash 2025, the China Smash 2024. She was defeated 3-1 by Sun Yinsha, and in 2022 she lost 3-love to Sun Yinsha. That also at the Singapore Smash, it was in the round of 32. But this year, she's in form. She made the finals at the Singapore Smash, 21 years old, ranked 7 in the world, 7-seeded, left hand, shake hand grip. It's going to be that right and left battle once again. That's Akram Benatia, our umpire for today. The man in charge of the final, the women's final. 21-year-old, 7-seeded, Kwaimon, and she's up against Sun Yinsha. Aya Ahmed of Egypt is our assistant umpire. We've seen both our umpires right through the entire duration of the contest, and it's been a very, very interesting one.
Kwaman to serve. Love all.
Kwaimon will start off with the serve. And Sun Yinsha going in with those, well, very quick and powerful forehands. She always likes to get started fast. It's all about being quick. It's all about being accurate. And she'll take the first point. Now this time, Kwaimon will draw a point back. Controls that fairly well. It's that right and left combination that's really going to be, such a battle or such a thrill to watch. Lovely winner straight down the line from her. And Shasha will serve for the first time in this encounter.
2-1.
Well, she will have to try and, well, step up to that serve from Sun Yinsha. So 2 points ahead now, the world number 1. Well, these two amazing athletes have met before, as I said earlier this year, and it's almost like a replay of the Singapore Smash. Oh, that's a well-placed, Kwaimon just drawing it back in lovely angle shot. Just putting it beyond the reach of Sun Yinsha. Very similar styles, but keep in mind the fact that it's that experience, that quick thought process that can be the winner in today's game. There's been no slowing down for the world number one ever since she ascended that throne a couple of years back. She's been in absolutely fantastic form. Of course, neither of these players will have a coach in their corner today since they both come from the national team. Suning Shah serves at 4-2. A lovely backhand there. Just very quick with the moves. Having said that, don't forget that Kwai Mon is a bit of a slow starter. She does take time to find her feet and to get them firmly planted on the floor. That takes quite a bit of time for her. And it will be a point here for Kwai Mon, who's now 2 points adrift of the world number one. Oh, lovely recovery. Lovely recovery from both players. But it is Kwai Mon, well, who will take the point from this. Very well played. The 5-all now. Don't know if we've had a chance to look at, well, Suning Shah's, well, racket. It's a very, very interesting one. It's got a face there on the handle at the bottom. Those are a few quick exchanges. Point ahead now, Suning Shah. She's just using that forehand, and this is what she does. She can control most of the rallies that she plays, and that's what she thrives on. Changing the speed, the direction, the angle. That's what makes her so special. Well, just a lovely bit of spin there from Kwai Mon to draw level. It's a lovely loop drive earlier, just creating those opportunities. Now she's got to get a little bit creative. Suning Shah can be creative, but she is creative within a certain, or within certain parameters. She does work within that, if you can read that, but she's deceptive to change a game at any time.
7-6.
Kwai Mon will draw one. Serve, return, and then execute. I think just getting the right amount of turn on that to, well, fox the world number one, but that's just for a point.
6-8.
And that is definitely service here from Kwai Mon. Suning Shah. And here's one right back at you, says the world number one. Can make it very difficult for her opponents to return serve. A lovely winner there. Didn't have to sweat too much for that, Suning Shah. It's 8-all, and it's been a fairly well contested, first game.
Play, please. 8-8.
Don't forget that these athletes know each other's game fairly well. They do have a lot of practice sessions in the national team. Just a splendid advantage here for Kwai Muan. Her rise has been quite interesting. She won the under-19 girls singles event at the ITTF World Youth Championships in 2021 and 2023. Suning Shah will draw back as she levels the score here. Lovely bit of side spin on that earlier. And just changes that around. That heavy top spin from a forehand. The shot variation just fantastic sometimes. As well, the coaches and the China contingent look on. Let's very quickly remind you that Suning Shah, of course, has been world number one for quite a period of time, while Kwai Muan just went up to world number 7 on the 11th of February 2025. She's maintained that ranking. It's going to be game point here for Suning Shah. Just been caught unawares there. World number 7.
Let 10-9.
And that's going to be the first game for Suning Shah as she claims it 11-9. Well, just an error there from Kwai Muan to knock the ball out of the table, and she knows it. Well, it was still close, but Suning Shah will claim the first one. Well, that was a smart return, lovely backhand flick. Was looking to change direction, but failed to keep that on the table. It's 11-9 in the first game. Time to move into the second game. Remember, we're playing a best of 7 here. This is the ITTF Women's World Cup final. It will be a hard-fought one. Suning Shah once again starting on the front foot. Claims the first point. It's almost like a test when you're playing up against Suning Shah. The ability to have those quick forehand and backhand, well, drives coming at you before she decides to change direction. And very close to what she does, of course, is also Lin Shidong, in a way. We'll talk about that later.
Last 3.
That's 3 points ahead now for Suning Shah. Just got that fight spin going, but Kwai Muan was fast to return it. she's a very attacking player, Suning Shah.
Love.
And it'll be, well, 4 straight points there. Kwai Mon just, well, losing her rhythm here. She needs to, well, find the footing back again. Well, and that's the one that'll go the way of the world number 7. Well played there. The 21-year-old very focused now during this rally. Well, did go toe-to-toe with Suning Shah. That's pretty much the style of Suning Shah, the way that Kwai Mon just won that. Well, those errors will be costly unless she reins them in as soon as possible, and I think she'll have to be very, very careful about that. Kwai Mon. So she serves at 1-5. That's 4 points behind the world number 1. One six now. Kwai Mon actually comes from Sheung County in Jiangsu province. I'm very familiar with Jiangsu because of the football, a club there. And her parents, of course, let her choose a future profession when she was just 1 year old. And they did this, of course, by placing an assortment of gift choices before her and seeing which one she would pick up. Given that she plays ping pong professionally, back then when she was 1 year old, she picked up the paddle and the ball. That would become really the career path that she would take up. How interesting is that? You get to choose your career when you're 1 year old. Started a professional career in 2017 when she was just 13.
7-2.
And another point in here for Kwai Mon. Played a couple of junior tournaments, done extremely well in most of them before she progressed to the main team.
Three, 7.
And that's just rolled over, so it'll be another point for Kwai Mon.
Four, 7.
4-7 now. One of the things that does work in the favor of the number 7 is she has a strong counter drive with that backhand. Tries to finish off the opponent quickly with a forehand kill across the table. And although she plays left-handed, she actually resembles the style of play of a right-handed shake-hand attacker. Stays close to the table.
7-5.
That's been a couple of straight points. Well on the trot for her. 2 points adrift now of the world number 1. Very impressive to look at her. By the time she was 15, she was a regular in the world's top 500. Jumped up 3 years later to break into the top 50. In May, she went up 69 places to 102nd and then 33rd globally. 2023, she went up to 22nd. Here she is at number 7, 2025. Well played.
6.
Oh, that is an absolutely smart return here from Kwai Mon. Well, just using the turn of the ball against, well, Shasha. She's asked for a change of ball, so these young ladies will warm up with it.
7-6.
Oh, she hasn't actually. She's still gone to the same. Almost thought she changed the ball there. Would have asked the umpire if she was going to. Oh, well played this time, just stretching Kwai Mon. 2 points ahead. Well, Suning Shah will just give up easily. And even if she drops the game, you know, she's going to come back hard at you.
6-9.
So 6-9. And this is the part where, you know, things begin to change. And I think Kwai Mon's going to have to be very careful of that. Well, was looking for that winner, but it's going to be, well, game point for the world number 1. And that's going to be the 2nd straight game for her. A lovely angle on that. Just opened up the face of that racket, flashed that forehand with a slight bit of side spin in, and she's claimed it. So it's going to be 2 games now for Suning Shah. 11-9, 11-6, 63 kilometers per hour that winner speed, and 91 RPS the spin speed. And that was going to be unplayable. Absolutely. So 2 games done. Suning Shah leads 2 games to 0. It's on to the 3rd game now in the finale. Remember, this is the ITTF Women's World Cup Macao 2025 final. Suning Shah, the world number 1, matching wits with Kwai Mon, the world number 7. And Suning Shah leads 2 games to love. Kwai Mon to serve.
1 love.
Oh, well played this time. Excellent return there from Kwai Mon. Well, it's that last shot. Just got that back in. And I don't think, well, for a change, Suning Shah wasn't expecting that return. Oh, well played.
Love 2.
Lovely backhand flick there from her. Love 2.
Love 3.
And this time the powerful forehand coming in from, well, Kwai Mon. There's always that ability for her to turn things around.
3-1.
And Suning Shah just saying, I probably heard that. Good comeback from her. Well, we have spoken about Kwai Mon at length. Oh, well played.
2.
Nothing spectacular, but just enough to, well, reduce the deficit by another point here.
3-2.
Well, extremely fluid with the movement as always. Suning Shah. Kwai Mon will serve at 3-2. Well, this time that angle shot going the way of Kwaimon, and she knows it's going to be a tough battle. There's no doubt about it. And if you just look at their, well, temperament, you look at the persona that these ladies bring to, you know, that table. Suning Shah, always that jumpy, very quick, attacking, well, player. You know that she's coming there for the attack, and it's never about being defensive in any way or creative. She'll get creative, but with speed. Point well taken there by Suning Shah. And at the other end of the table, Kwaimon, just, you know, that very calm, well, look that she'll keep on her face as she goes about her business. Just like the girl next door who learned how to play table tennis yesterday, and she's extremely lethal. That itself is deception. So back on level terms here, Suning Shah started off this game 3 points behind. And this is what she does best. She's got that ability to come back. Once she gets a hold on the game, it's going to be tough. That's another very confident point here for Suning Shah. First that backhand, well, straight back to opponent, and then the other way. Gold medalist in the women's singles at both the World Cup and World Championships. She's been quite a star in her own right.
Timeout, Kwaman.
And timeout being taken. I think it's a smart thing to do. Kwaimon knows that if this game gets away from her, it's just one more game and she might lose the championship. She wouldn't want to be the bridesmaid once again after she was at the Singapore Smash. You know, 2 finals in a row without winning doesn't really work. So stay with us, don't go anywhere as we continue with our coverage of this absolutely fantastic final. And that is the racket I was talking about, Suning Shah. She's got an image down there at the end. That is a very, very special racket. And it's interesting. It's the DHS S968. It's called the Hurricane Shah. The code is S968. S is for Shasha.
5-5.
That timeout for Kwaimon would have worked well. Remember, when 2 players from the same nation are playing, as I said earlier, no coach in your corner. You've got to sit on the couch and think for yourself. Service there from Suning Shah. Well, excellent service. Just made it about unplayable there. Well, she may have got the benefit of the net, but that was a very, very decisive, you know, part to take. Decided to switch things around a little bit. Have to stretch first. It's just that last bit straight down the line made it a bit tough for Suning Shah. Well, the world #1 herself started playing table tennis when she was 5 years old. And it was a very interesting one for her. She loved the sport so much And she found it very enjoyable. She joined Hebei's provincial team when she was just 10. Selected to play for China's second national table tennis team in 2015 after winning many gold medals in youth competitions. She said everything was new to her back then, and all she wanted to do was play, practice, and become better. She actually loves table tennis that much. Another valuable point here for Suning Shah. January 2017, joined the first team of China. And at the international competitions at the ITTF World Tour Platinum held in Japan, won the gold in both the women's singles and doubles events. Went up to a world ranking of 10. Since then, of course, it's been a meteoric rise for her. I'd say well played and well controlled this time. Huang Wan stretching the champion here. Suning Shah, of course, can return everything that's thrown back at her except for that last one.
Eight.
So 8-all.
Nine.
8-9, and it looks like it might be a little bit of a worry here for, well, Huang Wan. So this is exactly what we're looking at. It's been
10, 8.
well, I would have said a tough call earlier, but Suning Shah is at game point in the third game now, and I think this is going to be a tad bit of a worry. Well, 3 games down against the world number 1 is going to be a tough call. She was 2 games down against the world number 2 just a while back, but this is a different story.
8. Ten, 9.
So Huang Wan will stay in it, really giving it all here.
Play, please. 10, 9. Stop. Please, no flash.
And umpire Akram Benathia just
10,
making sure
9.
that, well, the audience, you know, keeps away from using the flash. That can be a really problematic one for, you know, the paddlers. It's distracting. That is a very dominating style to finish that rally with, and Suning Shah will win the third game 11-9. Absolutely wonderful performance here, though, from Huang Wan, who just returned everything that was thrown back at her before she looped that one up. And then, of course, that was asking for the kill. And Suning Shah says, I'll take that from you. So it's 3 games to love. Suning Shah, well, knows that she's going to stay on path and en route to defending a title. Remember, she won it last year, 11-9, 11-6, 11-9. Stay with us, don't go anywhere, as we continue with the women's final in the ITTF World Cup Macau 2025. to be fair, I would hate to see this game go down, you know, as
Fourth game.
well, a straight game victory for
Shot
Suning
serve.
Shah. Not
That's
taking anything
all.
away from her. She's such a fantastic star and totally deserves it, but would have loved to have seen a bit more of a fight.
Love one.
And a chance here for Kwaiman, you know, to step back in it.
One.
The 1-all. One of the big problems here is Kwaiman has to dig deep. She has to dig really deep to come up with a game plan against the world number 1.
1-2.
Because Sasha definitely has the mental advantage here. She's been in top form. Just spoke yesterday about her opponent and spoke about how Kwaiman had also peaked in her performance this year.
3-1.
And that's just not going the way of young Kwaiman. And that's 3 straight points. And an error this time from Suning Shah. Kwaiman. It's just 2 points adrift now. Chance for her to get back in. But I do believe if the world number 7 does not, well, come up with a plan here, and if this 4th game is going to go the way of the world number 1, it's just going to be a title win for her. We're looking for a quick jab there, but Kwaiman will reap the benefit of that. Both ladies come from fairly humble beginnings. And that's 3 points ahead now for Suning Shah. There was a comment made once about Chinese, table tennis or paddlers being, naturally gifted, and it comes to them naturally. I don't think so. Suning Shah really is a study in talent, skill, and extreme hard work. It's one of the reasons why athletes look up to her even today. Especially upcoming athletes in China and, well, sports enthusiasts, because even at the top, she does work at recreating a game, coming up with, new strategies and skills. And that's just going to be a straight run for now. 5 points ahead here, Suning Shah, and just 3 points away from claiming, well, the championship for the 2nd year in a row. And Kwaiman drawing one back. That is much needed. Really needed to get back into the action as soon as possible, and I think, well, she's just done enough. But 4
8-4.
points is still a tall order. Two points away now from the championship. And it does look like it's becoming a bit of a Herculean task here for Kwai-man. Got to shut my mouth on that, I would think, but it's game points here. Oh, I just really would have loved to have seen, you know, Kwai-man do what she did in the last 2 days. You know, she really was the comeback princess. Oh, that is well finished. And, well, just displaying that talent that we've seen, or the skills we've seen her, you know, become so popular for. A little too late? Well, I don't know. It may be not. And she's going to stay in it for a while longer. 10-6. And here's Suning Shah serving for the championship. Will claim it. It's a quick way there to the fans as well. But what an event this has turned out to be. Keep in mind the fact, of course, that she keeps a perfect record against Kwai-man. They've met on 4 occasions so far, including the one today. And Suning Shah has won every single one of them. And that's pretty much, you know, the story of what we're going to write about going ahead. She defeated Kwai-man at, well, the recent Singapore Smash. And once again, here she is. She gets the better of her in the ITTF Women's World Cup 2025. Finally, a smile from her. It's been, well, a few days of being really serious and extremely sincere. So, 2022 Singapore Smash. Well, it was Suning Shah to defeat Kwai-man. China Smash in Beijing 2024 again. Suning Shah defeating Kwai-man at the Singapore Smash this year. And this is pretty much that final point. Well, that chop from Kwai-man was just putting that ball out of the table. And great defense of the title. Suning Shah, the queen bee of table tennis, wins it in 4 straight games. What an event this was, as I said. And this is just personal. I was expecting this to be a much, well, tougher fight. That's a quick smile from her for the crowd. You know, she's got her fans out there. It's been a performance, and it's a well-deserved win. Absolutely. She was in perfect form right through this tournament. And you can't take anything away from her. She's been in glorious form. We will, of course, have a few words for the camera. But 4 straight games. 4 straight games. It's just, well, such a commanding performance from her, especially in those, well, last 2 games. Looked like it was absolutely, you know, coming back from Kwai-man. I did think I would see that, but it just didn't happen today. And just to give you the final score, Suning Shah winning it 11-9, 11-6, 11-9, 11-6. That's 11-11, 11-11, 9-6, 9-6. 44 points won compared to Kwai-man's 30 for Suning Shah, 25 on her own serve, and that's where Kwai-man fell on her serve. She only won 17 points, 19 points won on opponent's serve for Suning Shah, and Kwai-man only winning 13. Kwai-man's serve actually letting her down today, and wasn't able to sneak enough of points away from the world number 1 on her respective serve. So it was a game. It was fantastic to watch Suning Shah in perfect form, and Kwai-man will be back another day. So she's reached 2 major finals this year. Her ranking, of course, is currently at 7, but I'm sure it's going to go up, you know, a little bit further, you know, up the line. And it will be interesting to see how she performs in the next few years. Well, up next, you've got another youngster coming on board, the world #1, Lin Shidong, and he will be taking on Hugo Calderon of Brazil. But first, a few
Congratulations,
words from
Shasha,
Shasha.
on defending the World Cup champion. How do you feel now? 恭喜莎莎获得世界杯冠军，又是成功卫冕，现在心情如何呢？
我觉得首先还是非常开心吧，能够赢下这场比赛。其实我觉得在赛前自己的准备，还有在这种对这场比赛的态度方面，其实做了也很长的这种工作吧。然后，但当然，其实我觉得今天整场的发挥，我觉得要比自己想象中还要好一些。因为就像我昨天说的，其实跟蒯曼这场比赛，我觉得会很艰苦，而且其实他最近的状态还有他的成绩也是非常的出色。所以说，面对今天这场比赛，自己也是做好了非常困难的充分准备。但我觉得今天上来主要还是在第一局吧，我觉得第一局很关键，然后对于整场的这种态势也很关键。
First of all, I'm very happy for winning this match. Actually, I made a lot of efforts in preparing this match in terms of my attitude. And also, I believe my performance was better than I had expected. Like I said before, I expected a tough match against Quaiman, who has been in great form lately, and also her performance is very good. I went into this match fully anticipating all possible difficulties. The first set was very important because it can be decisive for the whole momentum.
Amazing match. So how would you summarize your World Cup journey this time? 你会如何总结自己这一次世界杯之旅呢？
我觉得其实整个世界杯之旅来说，还是每一天的起伏都是不一样的吧，包括心情啊跟准备啊。但我觉得其实在这1周多的比赛，其实也当然非常感谢来到现场支持我们的球迷，然后现场的氛围也是如此的之好吧。但我觉得其实这次的成绩来说，当然其实还是肯定会很满意，但我觉得其实在过程当中还是有回去值得自己更好去总结的地方吧。因为马上即将也要开启下一站的世锦赛了，我觉得整个来说，当然对世锦赛的这种趋势来说，给自己增加了信心。但我觉得回去还是要好好总结，好好备战下一站的世锦赛吧。
Throughout this whole tournament, I went ups and downs in my emotions and preparations, and I really would like to thank all of the spectators who have come to watch my matches. I think the atmosphere was really great. Of course, I'm satisfied with this result, but if I look at the whole journey, I think there are still areas for me to further recap, and of course, it can be a confidence booster for me to get into the World Championships, and I will be well prepared for that.
Congrats again. Thank you, 莎莎。再次恭喜莎莎，谢谢。
Words there from Shasha about her tournament and the win today. We're going to leave you with a few moments from the game now to enjoy them.
做一个鬼脸的表情，哎，也很好，哎，也很好。那么恭喜您获得由奥优为您送出的赛事官方用球啊，我们的运动员都在用这款球。那么恭喜以上5位幸运观众，在比赛进行当中的任何时刻都可以来到2层看台的209通道领取您的奖品。注意听，209通道。那么我们一起期待接下来的男单决赛，我们的颁奖仪式呢也会在男单决赛之后统一进行，我们一起期待。
Coming up, it's going to be the big final here as Lin Shidong goes up against Hugo Calderano. Lin Shidong getting the better, of course, of Liang Chenkung in the semi-final. Calderano with that big win against Wang Chuqin. It's all coming up for you right here in the ITTF Men's World Cup Macau 2025. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, men's single final. 女士们、先生们，即将进行的比赛是男子单打决赛。现场的各位，最后一次倒计时，拿出你们所有的声音，从5开始倒数，5、4、3、2、1。
You heard it from us first. This is the final. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through the big finale.
Let's welcome world number 5, representing Brazil, Hugo Calderano. And now, world number 1, representing China, Li Shidong.
Well, this is the last event. This is the big finale. After the women's, the men's big center stage, and this is where it all ends. The decider as to who's going to win the ITTF World Cup 2025 Macau. Two of the finest talents and two very deserving, well, finalists. Lin Shidong for his talent, his skill, his speed, and his very tricky, well, gameplay. Hugo Calderano brings an experience, creative play, and of course, the Brazilian flavor. What is that? Well, we'll find out when he gets to the table. Has his own style of play. Has had his coach along with him right through. Remember, he's had a few big wins. He got the better of Shinozuka in that round of 16, then Harimoto in the quarterfinals, beating Tomokazu Harimoto, and finally that 4-3 very convincing win over Wang Chuqin of China. Wang Chuqin, of course, the world number 2. Now he's the world number 1, who got the better of Antoine Scholberg, in the round of 16. And then, of course, Truls Borregaard in the quarterfinals, and finally his own teammate Liang Jinkung in the semi-finals. Unlike Shasha and well, young Huai Muan, who played earlier, Lin Shidong has got one of the finest ever coaches. He used to be one of my favorites as a table tennis player before Malong ascended that #1 place for the first time, and that's Wang Hao. So Wang Hao in Lin Shidong's corner makes a big difference. And Lin Shidong is the kind of well, player who does listen. He's a paddler who listens to his coach very carefully. Calderano always loves to smooth out things on the table. Kirsten Duchat, so Germany is the umpire.
Service for Lin this side.
Calderano gets aside after Lin wins the toss and chooses to serve. Robert Olenki of Poland is our assistant umpire. Oh, this is going to be a very, very interesting game. Calderano, 28 years old, world ranking of 5, seeded 5, right-handed shake hand grip, and the first lad from the Americas to enter the top 10 of table tennis. He put Brazil on the table tennis map as a table tennis powerhouse. Lin Shidong, only 20 years old, world ranking 1, seeded 1, right-handed shake hand grip, turned 20 only 2 days ago on the 18th of April. He was 19 till then. So, was world number 1 this year in February. Let's not forget he had a big one at the Singapore Smash. And it will be interesting to see what he can come up with here against Hugo Calderano, the extremely creative, well, Brazilian star. Of course, was the first player from the Hainan province to be drafted into Chinese national team. Very, very tricky player, and it's interesting the spin that he can generate. He mixes up, uses a maximum amount of spin in his shot. He's also got that one weapon known as the cheetah flick. That trademark quick forehand to backhand. That's the big trophy that we're looking at. So we're about to start off with the big finale here.
Love all.
Lin Shidong to serve.
1 love.
Will claim the first point. It's got that characteristic, well, jig.
1 all.
Normally does it after he warms up, or just to, after he wins a point, or just to kind of stay mobile and motivated. Calderano pulling a point away from his opponent.
1-2.
And Lin Chidong will claim that point back.
All.
Well, this time, service here from Calderano, just outfoxing his opponent a tad bit. Lin Chidong not reading that too well. It's 2-all. Still even Stevens.
3-2.
So while Lin Chidong does dance from foot to foot, let's not forget Calderano will probably make a really great house husband someday. He really loves to clean the table, and that's just a player default. All of us have it. It's kind of what lets us ease up during the points. We'll also do to keep that area clean, so that it presents the best possible surface for him to play on. Calderano 2 points behind now as Lin Chidong holds his serve. And he's dragged that out. He's a bit of a complex player to read, Lin Chidong, because the use of his of spin in most of his shots is just, it's so deceptive.
5-3.
Oh, that's a powerful run from Calderano. Would have been a good bit of speed in that too. Now 6-3. There's one thing that Calderano will know: to have reached, the finals of the World Cup. He wouldn't want to let this go easy. Lin Chidong, on the other hand, for him too.
Please
In his first years, first few months as world number one, he's back in. Once again, Lin Chidong will win that battle. He's 4 points ahead now. And I think Calderano just having a little bit of trouble, well, reading into the 20-year-old's game. Well, keep in mind the fact that
4-7.
the 4-7. That's another winner here for Lin Chidong, who seems to be dominating this first game. It's been a very good start for him. With a speed of 63 kilometers per hour. And that's what I spoke about earlier. The spin, 102 RPS. Wang Hao.
8-5.
Calderano says, yes, one right back at you. Now, this is a very interesting equation. These gentlemen have met only once before, and that was in 2023, 2 years ago, at the World Table Tennis Contender in Durban, South Africa. And in that one, in the quarterfinals, Calderano won it 3-2. Well, times have changed. Back then, Lin Chidong was a paddler on the rise. Today, he's at the top of the heap. And a lot has changed in his game since then as well. Calderano to serve at 5-9.
5-10.
Calderano just struggling to get those shots right. And it's game point for Lin Chidong.
Let 5-10.
Calderano will serve again.
10, 6.
Oh, fine backhand there. Absolutely. Fine backhand from Hugo Calderano. 58 kilometers per hour winner speed, 129 RPS at winner speed. So here's Lin Chidong still at game point.
11-6.
That'll be the first game. Lin Chidong wins it 11-6. Well, he's actually dominated most part of this game. Calderano just struggling a little bit to find well, that form that he displayed in the quarterfinals and semifinals. Let's not forget, having said that, this is a very different opponent. It's a tricky one. And I think it's just about being able to read Lin Chidong's game, which is the problem. Calderano is 8 years a senior. Seen a lot more of the sport than well, the world number one. Another fine athlete, Calderano, from a family of athletes. Full name, of course, is Hugo Marinho Borges Calderano. Borges is his family name. He's born in Rio de Janeiro. Started playing table tennis at the age of 8. His mother, father, and grandfather were all physical education teachers. He was encouraged to play sports from a young age. From 10 to 12, he was a member of the Rio volleyball team and was preschool state champion in the long jump. Well, he's pretty tall, he's got long legs as well. Calderano.
One love.
And he'll claim that with Lin Chidong just not providing the return this time. Oh, lovely flick there. Absolutely lovely flick there from Lin Chidong. That is such a decisive shot that he does use. So Calderano
1-2.
will claim this one. Move to Sao Paulo in his teens to continue with table tennis. Got a few tricks up his sleeve, but this one's not going to work. Also has that two-handed backhand that he often uses. It's just the same as his good friend Simon Gauzy of France. Very few players who use that two-handed backhand. 2-all.
2-3.
Lin Chidong still holding his own. Calderano will have to, well, come up with a plan here against this lad, and that's going to be different from what he did in the last two games.
3-all.
Well, he's working on it. He's definitely working on it. One of the most creative players that we've seen in recent times, Hugo Calderano. And he's beaten some of the big guns of table tennis over a period of time. Well, that is the decisive shot, and that'll stay hit. Absolutely wonderful play from Hugo Calderano. It's now Calderano with a slender lead. Lin Chidong will draw level. Oh, that is a very good backhand straight down the line here from Calderano. Calderano looking a lot stronger in this game. Lin Chidong just dominating the first one. But here the Brazilian fairly in control of his stroke play.
Left, 5-4. Four, 6.
He's not going to be happy with that. Just keeping that beyond the net. Calderano very smartly served. And there's always going to be a bit of appreciation, for fine play and talent. Lin Chidong himself, fearless as a competitor, but he does know that he's up against one of the best.
5-6.
And service here. That's pretty much how you do it. Beautiful service. And it's those tricks that he brings out.
Left, 5-6.
It can be such a problem for the opponent. He just drew Calderano into that. And that's Wang Chuqin. World number 2. Well, dominated the world number 1 spot for a good bit of time. Also an absolutely stunning player to watch in action. Calderano's win against him was just, well, it was really one for the records. 6-all now.
7-6.
Calderano fighting back as well as he could. Won a bronze in the Youth Olympics at the age of 18 in Nanjing, China. He's no newcomer to Chinese opponents. Has a couple of friends here as well.
6-8.
Oh, smartly done in a baseball. Well, catcher's move there from Lin Chidong. Oh, that is tight reflexes. I got the ball. So 6-8. The world number 1 to serve.
6-9.
And Calderano knows what this means. He's got to keep fighting back. Oh, well played there. Lovely change of direction. He's got a powerful forehand too.
10-6.
And that's going to be, well, game point here for Calderano. Well, remember Lin Chidong took the first one 11-6. Lin Chidong, quick backhand here, straight back to Calderano. In Calderano's direction, just not giving him enough time to react. That's what he does best. 10-7, game point still for Hugo Calderano. And Calderano will claim the game, so it's going to be 1-all here, and this is beginning to look like a fight, and I absolutely love it. So I'm always one for a challenge. It's just awful to see a game go down, it's a one-sided affair. If it goes down to the wire, I'll be the happiest man alive. Very excellent performance here. Great comeback from Hugo Calderano, really drawing, from all his strength. So 11-6, 7-11 for Lin Chidong. Stay with us, don't go anywhere as we continue with our coverage of the ITTF Men's World Cup Macao 2024.
包括他现在有意识往里有意识 你一轻拧最不好用，一轻拧人拔抽你不能拿这种正手，对吧？没用。那我还不如说发你转不转这套的时候，我就要快皮，要不然打不过你。能拧我不让输就行啊，没关系没关系，还是这种刚才问的啊，很好，轻功轻功啊。
Into the third game.
Third game. Lin to serve. Love all.
Lin Chidong will serve. Oh, that is a decisive forehand. Just flash that forward. That's a quick flick. That's going to stay hit. One love here. Rose to world number 1, 11th February 2025. He stayed there.
1-all.
Well played there by Hugo Calderano, just opening up the pace of the racket, a bit of side spin. Lin was picked from the Hainan provincial team in 2015 after winning the singles title at the National Youth Championship in 2020, drafted into the Chinese national second team.
2-1.
Well, may have been off the edge, but he will claim it. Calderano leads here. Well, that's such an unusual shot. Straight on the edge. A good comeback there from Calderano. So Lin, of course, is the pride of the Hainan province, being the first member from that region to be drafted into the team, promoted to the national first team in 2022, won his first WTT title at the WTT FIDE European Summer Series 2022 in Budapest.
2-3.
2-3 now. And 4 gold medals at the 2022 World Youth Championships, and in 2023 defended all 4 titles again. That was just turning up to be such a good rally. Lovely angle there from Lin Chidong as he pulls level. Fighting back here in this. Just trying to regain that momentum that he created in the first game. But he's on fire. He is on fire. Calderano, on the other hand, is a cool customer. He's a thinking, well, table tennis player. Very strategic in the way that he approaches the game. Lin Chidong is more about pace. I was expecting that. Well finished. Lin Chidong, it's all about pace. It's those quick attacks. It's that generous dose of spin. Tries to drown you out in it. Calderano, lovely loop drive from him earlier. Calderano will serve. A point behind Lin Chidong.
Come on, 4-all.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. You want to keep that straight. Well,
Play, please.
backhand drive. Make sure that
4-all.
someone's going to return it back. Oh, lovely return there from Lin Chidong. Calderano really swinging his arm into that one. Absolute power there, and what a beautiful return. Quick reflexes from the 20-year-old. And Wang Hao's expression says it all. I absolutely love him.
5-all.
He was not just a terrific player in his time, he's such a fantastic mentor and coach, but his expression every time his lads win a point is just priceless. 5-all, Calderano to serve. Service there from Calderano. And I'm sure that after the previous game, of course, Wang Hao would have had a few good words, well, a few bits of advice to give Lin Chidong.
5-7.
Calderano holds his serve here. So a couple of big wins here for Lin Chidong. I think the biggest one would have been in really the career boosting or the morale boosting one in 2024, when in the China Smash he got the better of Mao 4-2. Then of course in the contender Muscat he won against Juan Rubio and then against Anton Schulberg at the Frankfurt Championship.
5-7.
All in 2024, and that was his big rise. And then this year, the Singapore Smash, just taking his ranking to #1.
6-7.
And interestingly, of course, he defeated Liang Chenkung 4-2. He also was up against Liang Chenkung yesterday. And he got the better of Liang Chenkung 4-1 yesterday. So here's Lin Chidong as he draws level in this third game. Now, this is proving to be a battle of wits here between these two fine paddlers. That's well, Chen Shentong. She fell to Sun Ying Shah yesterday 4-1. Oh, lovely flick there. Lin Chidong once again. So just finding his feet here. Got that powerful backhand, considered by many paddlers as the best in the world. Also an attacking forehand. He uses excessive backspin and topspin to control the game. That's what I mean. The ability to just mix it up there. Now 2 points ahead of Calderano. Lin Chidong to serve. Got a fair chance here of claiming this game if he can hold serve. And Calderano says, I'm not done yet. A lovely form, very, very fluid. One of the talents of this young lad, of course, that ability to push the opponent back. He likes to hit deep.
9-all.
And it's got to be 9-all. Calderano's here for a reason. Calderano himself is no, well, newcomer. 2021 World Table Tennis Championship, reached the quarterfinals. Lost to Liang Chenkung. Came back later on to defeat stars like Chang Woo-jin of Korea Republic. Dmitry Ovcharov was the one that he fell to, and that was in the Olympic Games.
10-9.
Picked up a bronze medal in at Tokyo 2020. Oh, such a fantastic backhand there from Calderano. Calderano now at game point. And that's 11-9, the second game there to Hugo Calderano. Oh, that was such a fantastic point to win. It's no closely fought encounter than the second game, but just look at that, a bit of net play, decisive backhand flicks, and it's Calderano's that'll reign supreme here. So 2-1, and Lin Chidong has a fight on hand, practically for the first time in this tournament, where he's been dominant in most of his games. But the Brazilian taking this game to him now. Calderano leads 2-1, and Wang Hao definitely will have viewed everything that's happened. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. So as we return back here, it's going to be the fourth game, and this has turned out to be such an interesting match. And I do love the fact, of course, that, you know, we've seen, well, so many games this in these last few rounds, and that round of 16 quarterfinals and the semifinals, we saw so many of the big guns being ejected from the tournament, including the world number 2, the world number 3. But here we are, world number 1 against world number 5. Calderano will serve.
Left, love on.
Reserve here.
Love 1. One all.
1-1 now.
Left, 1 all. One, 2.
Well, those forehands have been fairly powerful here from Calderano. That swing, he's got that big swing of that right arm. And Shidong serves at 1-2.
3-1.
And I think the odd bit is changing your strategy is so important. As I said this earlier, Calderano is a thinking player. Lin Shidong improvises as he goes along, and that's his forte. It's all going to boil down to who wins this mental battle here today. Now Lin Shidong will claim one back. Oh, that trademark flick. Lian Jinkung and Wang Chujin, while supporting their teammate.
Two, 4.
So Calderano leads by 2 points now. It's kind of an amazing thing when you look at the Chinese table tennis team, no matter what happens when there are players in there, you know, and they may be so competitive against each other, but they will come out and support their lad. They will come out and support their girls. It's just exemplary. I mean, it's the national sport pretty much of China, and that, you know, tells us a story. Oh, well played here. Lin Shidong now going toe-to-toe with Calderano on those huge forehand moves.
Five, 3. Six, 3.
Calderano now 3-point lead. Well, I'm just going to say if it goes to a few more points, then Shidong will probably look at a timeout. So that's a good comeback. A very good comeback here from the world number 1.
Four, 7.
And every point earned is worth its weight in gold, and you can make out by the celebration there from either of these paddlers. Oh, those big forehands coming, and both these players now playing from a distance are not playing up close. And, well, that just goes to show, well, the mutual respect as well, besides the skill. Oh, well played there. Placement from Calderano. And it's, I said this earlier, it's really going to boil down to those mind games between these two. They are fantastic athletes, both have phenomenal skills. It's the reason why they're both in the finale. But who wins the mental battle here today? For the time being, Calderano just holding the edge. But don't put anything past world number one. Calderano's had a highest ranking of world number 3.
9.
Oh, that's another decisive shot. You would have thought. Fairly aggressive here today, Hugo Calderano. So world number 3, 1st February 2022. And he's looked around in that top region for a long period of time. 9-4 now. And I do think Lin Chidong will have to do a little bit of a rethink here. It's game point once again for Calderano. It's experience versus extreme skill.
11-4.
But that's going to be the 3rd straight game for Hugo Calderano, and that comes as a bit of a surprise. 3 straight games. And Calderano now has 1 foot across the finish line. Well, he's made Lin Chidong sweat. Well, that's something that Lin Chidong has done to all his opponents throughout the course of this tournament. Don't know whether he's actually read through that game and watched this game. Stay with us as we continue with the men's finale, the ITTF Men's World Cup 2025. Just to recap of the scores: 11-6, 11-7, 11-9, 11-4.
顶着这个人一定要更好前进，对吧？他拉死你拉死你了，都打进来多球了，没办法，那可以啊，对吧？自己首先不能虚，啊，没关系，还有在一个发球里头，在正位把正出来也可以，或者说这种侧折里头，侧球无非就是人家摆住你嘛，对吧？你看所有的点都是放慢摆，放慢出，没有快的点了，人一摆你，对吧？投你几个正位，然后。人一定要这个提前动啊！
5th game, Lin to serve. Love all.
Lin Chidong will serve in the 5th game. Oh, looking a lot better. He's controlled that point. That's the kind of play that we're used to looking at. Well, it's off the edge, but a point is a point in the final. And Hugo Calderano will gracefully accept it. Calderano, point ahead now. Well, I do believe it's a timeout and a timely one. It was a long time coming, and Lin Chidong definitely needs a shot there with Wang Hao at this point of time. Do stay with us as we continue with the finale. Wang Hao will have the right advice for him, no doubt.
对吧？我就该紧着拧了。啊，因为前台拧的是前台，你现在就是什么？一定是就是这个感觉这种他前算是你的，那我就打你。往前，我正手一拧，这时候他一拉你，我再直接在中间。啊，没关系，没关系。 想好自己发球的发球里还是要有存点因为要看他这个特点，他现在是以3球他人家有一个同意跟我谈的，打过刚才这个还结果我没看清，还是跟他认路自己并住，现在并住比分就把这并住比分你们不着急，不着急，还是要把球的这种一定要是比前的，你跟发球里的应该不在这里是长短还是被影响这行算好想好，没关系，没有，冷静啊。
1-3.
As we get back from the timeout, let me remind you once again, the only time these lads have met before is 2023 in Durban at the WTT Contender.
1-4.
And Calderano just replying back to everything. And I think that just for a moment he has unsettled Lin Shidong. There's a bit of experience that comes into play here.
5-1.
5-1 now. And that's what happens, the exuberance of youth up against the wisdom of the experienced. And I do believe Calderano really drawing from all his experiences. He's been on the scene for a long period of time. 8 years the senior of Lin Shidong. Did get the better of his Chinese counterpart, but that was, as I said, 2023 when he won it 3-2 in a quarterfinal game. And much better from Lin Shidong. Liang Jinkung, well, who was ejected from the tournament by the 20-year-old yesterday. Well, looking on. Well, 3-5 now. And Wang Hao with a word of cheer there for his lad. It's been an interesting one for Calderano. That big win over Wang Chuqin 4-3, while it was Lin Shidong who beat Liang Jinkung 4-1.
3-5.
And then if you go, a little while back, Lin Shidong with that huge win over Truls Morigard 4-love. And he's definitely back in it here. And a timeout taken by, well, Hugo Calderano, and that's after, well, a few quick points there for Lin Shidong, who's come back with a slight change in strategy, all due to this man.
Seguiu, a gente está pronto.
And the game will resume with Lin Shidong serving at 4-5. Calderano calling that timeout earlier.
Left 4-5.
Well done there, Calderano. 3 powerful forehands in the same direction. Just testing Lin Shidong. Well, he had to come back in it. He was just so sure. that those points were just falling away from him. And I think that timeout mainly because, well, he was peaking here.
7-4.
And you don't want to lose that momentum. So just holding steady with that. It's currently 7-4. And Chidong, well, I think now in a spot of trouble. And Len Chidong will fight back.
9-5.
The 9-5 here. And the problem with Lin Chidong has been he's had so many errors here today. Calderano forcing those from him. 9-5.
10-5.
Oh, that's match point now. Championship point. Ah, that was Calderano just pulling that carpet out from under Lin Chidong's feet for the last 3 games. And you're in the 4th game. Leads by 5 points.
11-5.
And there it is. The champion of 2025. Hugo Calderano. What a performance from him in the round of 16, the quarterfinals. That massive win in 2 consecutive days to beat the world number 2 and then the world number 1. It is a big one here from Hugo Calderano, and he is going to remember this for a long, long time to come. Well, his girlfriend there to support him during the entire event, Runa Takahashi, who also plays for the women's team, and there, of course, his good mates and everyone's in here who, of course, has been, well, supportive of Calderano. What a performance. This has been a terrific performance, and Wang Hao knows that he has seen something special here today. You know, his lad doing everything he could, but Calderano just putting the brakes on. Lin Chidong dropped the first game. It was 11-6 for Lin Chidong. Then, of course, it's going to take some time for him. It's going to take a bit of time for that to soak in. But after dropping that first game, and then 4 games on the trot to claim the championship. We will have a few words from Hugo Calderano. We're also going to look back at the score and the statistics, but more importantly, let me remind you today, while Suning Shah or Shasha pretty much gave us kind of what was expected, Calderano was the surprise package. I'm not going to say he was the dark horse of the tournament, because he's always been a big threat to the big seeds. You know, he's beaten some of the big guns of table tennis time and time again. But what an event this is, and his coach knows it. Humble in celebration, and I think more in pleasurable shock than anything else. What an outstanding performance here, Hugo Calderano. He's done his country proud, and he's definitely done his fans proud. And this is what the World Cup is all about. There we have the final scores. 6-11, 11-7, 11-9, 11-4, 11-5. A very, very convincing performance from Calderano. And as I said earlier, even bigger than that, to beat the world number 2 the previous day, to beat the world number 1, to beat seed number 2 the previous day, to beat seed number 1 the next day. That is an achievement. And he's going to remember this for a long time to come. Calderano's worked hard for it, and those points will tell you he really commanded this game. 50 points to Calderano, 36 to Lin Chidong, 29 on his own serve, 21 Lin Chidong won on his own serve. This is where Lin Chidong, of course, did falter. Points won on opponent's serve. Calderano with 6 more than Lin Chidong's. So that's pretty much the end of it. We will have the prize presentation coming up in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere.
在这场比赛结束之后，在我们颁奖仪式开始之前，我们最后一次送礼物了。
So congratulations on the win, Hugo. You've made a history. So how did you manage to do that?
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy hard to talk about it. It's really surreal. Before the tournament started, I couldn't imagine, of course, being the champion. I was already very happy when I secured the medal at the semis, being world number 3 too, and then number 1 in the final. It's a crazy thing for me. I think now I cemented my name in the history of table tennis, and I'm so happy.
So what does this championship mean to you?
Well, I think especially after the Olympics, it's really great to win a title like that. I think I've always worked so hard, and I always keep believing in myself. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional. Yes, I think if you talk to me a month ago, I was really down and. Yeah, no. I also wanted to thank everyone for the support. I always see your messages. Sometimes I don't have time to answer to everyone, of course, but I'm very grateful for all the support I have in Brazil at home, all my family, my friends, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Hugo. Thank you. Congrats on the win.
We're just going to leave you with the best moments of this game before we come back. The prize presentation still to come up.
So Hugo Calderano, the man of the moment there. Let's not forget that he's had it a very, very well challenging in the past couple of years. But keep in mind the fact that way back in 2023 in what we call those world championships, at the World Table Tennis Championships, trained for 10 days and then had an injury in a contest. And finally, he slipped during a point, tore his hamstring muscle or injured it, and then was eliminated in the first round by Puerto Rican Brian Afanador, 74th in the world rankings at the time. Came back, over the years, very strong, and in January 2024 is when he started his rise, beating German Dmitry Ovtcharov, who was 12th in the ranking.
非常非常的这种兴奋，也非常开心，这也是我人生当中非常经典的赛事之一。
The flag handover ceremony will be coming up soon.
Very well. Yeah, it was 1991. Ooh, at that time I felt like the best man in the world. It was a big career, a big step for me to win that one. World Cup is a historical tournament. It has a long tradition, and it's a title which you want to win.
ね、とても嬉しかった気持ちと、本当にびっくりというか、大きな大会で優勝することができてびっくりだし嬉しいという気持ち、本当にその2つが本当に大きかったです。
And all previous World Cup winners talking about this event.
也是自己梦想开始的第一步吧。
I remember it like yesterday. That was the biggest single title I've ever won, one of the most impacted moments in my career.
当时我记得其实印象非常深刻，因为是自己的首个单打的冠军嘛，拿到世界杯的冠军，对于我自己来说是职业生涯的开启的新篇章吧。
获得这个世界杯单打冠军以后，自己慢慢的对未来，包括对自己的职业生涯有更多的憧憬，后面的路自己也会变得更加坚定的。你没拿到之前，你就是觉得他好像比别的比赛这种级别就是要高一个级别，所以能够拿到一个这样的冠军，心理上我觉得就还是有一层突破吧。
And there it is, it's all over, and just look at Marlon.
当然，从小都有一颗世界冠军的梦想，这个对他在赛事的重要性来说，其实对于球员来说是非常重要的。克服了很多困难，然后最后能够拿下冠军，我觉得更给自己增添了信心吧。
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the flag handover ceremony of the 2025 ITTF Men's and Women's World Cup in Macau. Today, we gather to witness the passing of honor and the beginning of a new chapter.
尊敬的各位来宾、女士们、先生们，欢迎来到国际乒联世界杯赛事旗帜交接仪式的现场。今天，我们共同见证荣耀的传承与未来的启程。
Firstly, let's enjoy a video prepared by the Chengdu Mixed Team World Cup Organizing Committee. Accompanying this, the Macau Student Choir will perform "We Are Together."
首先，请欣赏成都混合团体世界杯筹委会精心准备的成都宣传片。与此同时，澳门学生合唱团将献唱成都国际乒联混合团体世界杯推广曲《We Are Together》。
高挂星空，灿烂如花，跟随爱的指引，我们洗尽铅华。We are together, dream together， 唱起心中的梦，自由羔羊。We are together, dream together， 越过山川和海洋，我们笃定前往。拉紧彼此的手，我们前行出发。阳光带来的温暖，没有抑郁和孤单。汗水落进了大地，盛开纯洁的花，带着梦想的荣光，踏上信念的高塔。We are together, dream together， 唱起心中的梦，自由羔羊。We are together, dream together， 越过山川和海洋，我们笃定前往。We are together, dream together， 唱起心中的梦，自由羔羊。We are together, dream together， 越过山川和海洋，我们笃定前往。We are together, we are together, we are together, we are
Wonderful performance there from the young ones as they perform We Are Together.
And to the Macao
As
students for
flag
the
handover
inspiring
ceremony
voices.
will take place
感
right
谢
now.
成都的深情呈现，也感谢澳门学子动人的歌声。
Now, the solemn moment of the flag handover. Let us welcome the flag bearer escorting the ITTF World Cup flag.
现在进入庄严的交旗时刻，首先有请旗手护送国际乒联世界杯赛事旗帜入场。
Now, let us welcome three distinguished guests to the stage. They are
接下来有请3位重要的嘉宾登台，他们是
Mr. Sam Ho-Fai, Chief Executive of Macao SAR,
澳门特别行政区行政长官岑浩辉先生。
Ms. Petra Solin, ITTF President, IOC Member,
国际乒联主席、国际奥委会委员佩特拉·索林女士，
Ms. Pan Hong, Deputy Director of the Preparatory Committee of the ITTF Mixed Team World Cup Chengdu 2025.
2025年成都国际乒联混合团体世界杯筹委会副主任潘虹女士。
First, may we invite Mr. Sam Ho-Fai, Chief Executive of the Macao SAR, to receive the flag and wave it.
首先有请澳门特别行政区行政长官岑浩辉先生接过赛旗并挥动旗帜。
We
Now, may we invite Ms. Petra Solin, ITTF President, IOC member, to receive the flag and wave it.
现在有请国际乒联主席、国际奥委会委员佩特拉索林女士接过赛旗，并挥动旗帜。
Finally, may we invite Ms. Pan Hong, Deputy Director of the Preparatory Committee of the ITTF Mixed Team World Cup Chengdu 2025 to receive the flag and wave it.
最后有请成都混合团体世界杯筹委会副主任潘虹女士接过赛旗，并挥动旗帜。
The Mixed Championship World Cup towards the end of this year will take place in 2025.
现在有请3位嘉宾合影留念。
Was proud to be a part of that last year.
Please join me in a warm applause as our distinguished guest exits the stage.
女士们、先生们，让我们再次用热烈的掌声感谢3位嘉宾。请3位嘉宾移步台下。
The mixed team event will take place at the end of 2025. It's going to be an interesting one, as I said earlier.
Leave the stage.
现在有请旗手退场。
It's also interesting to keep in mind the fact that Macao had this for 2 years in session.
Let us applause for ITTF 2025 Chengdu Mixed Team World Cup.
国际乒联世界杯赛事旗帜交接仪式到此结束，让我们预祝2025年成都混合团体世界杯圆满成功。
Macau and Chengdu have been united through their sheer passion for table tennis and the ITTF World Cup. The glory of Macau will continue to shine across the Bashu lands. Now, shifting our focus back to Macau, next will be the award ceremony.
澳门与成都这2座城市因乒乓球、因国际乒联世界杯而结缘，澳门世界杯的荣光将继续在巴蜀大地绽放。 现在，我们将目光重新从成都再次回到澳门。
Prior to the Macau World Cup award ceremony.
我觉得确实场馆的氛围还是可能非常好，也是座无空袭这种来看比赛。
The hall is amazing, different colors. It's so fun and yeah, it's such a good turnout.
2 tables playing next to each other, I think also brings a different dynamic in the hall. I really enjoy playing here.
Conditions are absolutely amazing. It's a joy to play here.
Well, I'm very happy to come back again in Macau.
The conditions and the environment, everything is really superb.
The atmosphere is very nice.
"场馆整个的这种设备越来越专业了，整体都非常的好了。
Food, everything, it's the best.
なんか大きすぎず狭すぎずとてもいい感じです。 경기를 할 수 있는 것만으로도 심장이 두근두근 뛰는 것 같습니다.
I can really see his professional setting, and the conditions are like could be Olympics, as professional as it is here.
媒体间的网速很稳定。这次的那个媒体混采区的分工其实挺好的，不同的媒体都有不同的位置，能够确保我们都问到问题，对我的工作帮助很大。
来自福建、重庆，来自湖北，比较喜欢申玉斌。
我一直看林诗栋，
我就看他一步步成长起来，真的非常不容易。
做完波仔，我觉得波仔很可爱。
比赛现场的氛围真的非常好，看得我热泪盈眶，热血沸腾。
这次的特许商店呢，非常的多，非常的漂亮，
可以跟世界各地的球迷，然后聚在同一个场馆，为喜欢的运动员加油。
胸前，
让我更热爱运动了。
Tack Macao.
Obrigado Macao.
谢谢澳门。
谢谢澳门。
我爱澳门。
사랑해요 마카오.
我爱澳门。
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 Well, I just love our paddlers, you know.
By the ITTF for the Macau organizing
wonderful
company.
bunch.
Thank you, Macau. Thank you, Galaxy Entertainment Group, for bringing us such a spectacular showcase of elite table tennis. In this world-class Galaxy Arena, we've been through an amazing journey in past 7 days. 刚刚这是国际乒联为澳门组委会特别制作的致谢视频，谢谢澳门，谢谢银河娱乐集团，在这座世界顶级的银河综艺馆，我们共同见证了一场卓越的乒乓盛会，一起度过了难忘的乒乓旅程。
Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony of the ITTF Women's World Cup Macau 2025, presented by Galaxy Entertainment Group, now begins.
女士们、先生们，2025年
Women's
澳门
World
国际乒联
Cup
女子世界杯由银河娱乐集团呈现的颁奖仪式现在开始。
Now, let's welcome the presenters.
首先有请颁奖嘉宾入场。
Iman representing China.
获得银牌的是
And
来
the
自
new
中国
star
的
of table
怀
tennis,
曼
ball number 7, 21 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China.
女士们、先生们，
Republic
请
of
起
China,
立
the， national anthem will follow.
奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Mind you, of course, that this was the women's trophy, the Hamlin
现
Cup,
在是自拍环节
and， the
请孙颖
men's
莎
Evans
拍
Cup
摄
will
自
follow,
拍
and。that's going to be in just a little bit. That's a quick mention there.
Your champion.
让我们再次恭喜冠军孙颖莎。
Suning Shah, you'd think that she's going to take a break and celebrate. I don't think so. Knowing her, she's just going to get back into training after
Ladies
a
and
short,
gentlemen,
a
this
very
is the
short
end
time.
of the ITTF Women's World Cup Macau 2025
The
award
women's
ceremony
ITTF
presented by
Women's
Galaxy
World Cup ends
Entertainment
with that
Group.
ceremony.
Congratulations
The
to all
men's
the
ceremony comes
medalists.
up soon.
女士们、先生们，2025年澳门国际乒联女子世界杯由银河娱乐集团呈现的颁奖仪式到此结束，让我们再次祝贺获。由银河娱乐集团呈现的颁奖仪式现在开始。
Now let's welcome Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Federative Republic of Brazil.
女士们、先生们，请起立。
The national anthem of Brazil will follow. Do stay with us.
奏巴西联邦共和国国歌。
The Galaxy Entertainment Group once again doing a fabulous job, leaning, of course, taking part in this as always, such a strong pillar for table tennis. But from all of us here at the Galaxy Arena in Macau, and from me, Glenn Mascarenas, it's time to say thank you for staying with us through this entire tournament. I do hope you've enjoyed our coverage of it. I have enjoyed every single moment and every single game. More power to my co-commentators, Shizab Haq, who supported a lot of the men's games, and then of course the women, and of course to Steve Dawson for taking a chunk of those women's games and handling it so beautifully. From all three of us, and from me, Glenn Mascarenas, and my good mate James, who's helped me man the technical aspect of the broadcast, it's time for me to shut shop and ship out of here. I will get back when the mixed championships return. But for now, it's time to say bye-bye. And from the bottom of our hearts,
现在有请
thank you
国际
once
乒联
again
主席、
for
国
being
际
a
奥
part
委
of
会委
this.
员佩特拉索林女士接过赛旗，并挥动旗帜。
Finally, we will invite Ms. Pan Hong, Deputy Director of the Preparatory Committee of the ITTF Mixed Team World Cup Chengdu 2025 to receive the flag and wave it.
颁奖嘉宾，
Thanks to the presenter.
感谢颁奖嘉宾。 有请国际乒联第一副主席、中国乒协主席刘国梁先生为孙颖莎颁发哈马龙德杯。
Thanks to the presenter.
感谢颁奖嘉宾。
Now it's the photo time for the medalists.
有请获奖。
Representing China.
获得并列铜牌的是来自中国的王楚钦和来自中国的梁靖昆。
Let's welcome Mr. Wan Sucheng.